in Libertytown at Libertytown Park. It's a great place to bring the family, enjoy being outside. And there's a historical marker here that speaks of Civil War soldiers that marched through here, sweating, tired, and faltering. And the Glee Club started to sing, gave them energy, and they walked for 40 miles, which to me is amazing with all the gear.
In June 1863, the Army of the Potomac II Corps broke camp south of Frederick near the Monocacy River, marched into Frederick, and turned eastward on the road to Libertytown. The men perspired as the sun rose, and the heat caused, quote, the salty liquid to get into their eyes, causing them to burn and smart, and it ran from down under their cap, through the dust, and down the sides of the face, which was soon covered with muddy streaks, the result of repeated wipings upon the sleeves of the blouse. General John Gibbons, pictured here, was a tough regular army officer, but he realized that his volunteers were faltering. There was a glee club, and they were ordered to the front, and they started to break out into a marching song. And, quote, the effect was magical. The troops were supposed to camp in Libertytown, but the reinvigorated soldiers marched almost 40 miles that day, finally halting in Uniontown that night. Gibbon's division was heavily engaged at Gettysburg on July 2nd and 3rd, suffering 1,651 casualties. Because of the high number of casualties, it probably included several members of the Glee Club that sang with so much passion on that hot June day. Libertytown has many beautiful homes. This one is the Abraham Jones House on the National Register, built around 1790. This would be a very special house to own and live in. It is mentioned in the book A Field Guide to American Houses by Virginia Savage McAllister. The house was built by Abraham Jones, one of the town's most prominent early merchants, and he was the store owner, which is still standing today. This is the Richard Cole House, built around 1784, and it was one of the first houses that was laid out when Libertytown was created. This is the Wagner Rockwell House, an 1811 stone dwelling built by John Wagner, an early tavern keeper in Libertytown. Here's another beautiful grand home of Libertytown. When it was on the market, you got to see the inside, and it's like 6 bedrooms, and it's just a very large, amazing home. This is the auto repair garage, built in around 1925. And here is the bank, 1913. And the reason why many of these houses and buildings in particular are still around is because of the reuse of buildings, and it's helped keep the appearance of Libertytown. There are a few beautiful churches in the area. This one is St. Peter Catholic Church. It is very large, very impressive. This stone shows the stages of when the churches were built here. This statue caught my eye. It's of Joan of Arc, and it is said that the community dedicated this monument to the memory of Private William Bunky, who was killed in action in France during World War I and is buried at St. Peter Catholic Church. Before Libertytown was Libertytown, two Swiss explorers mapped out this area, and they left their maps, which was very valuable because they showed Native American trails towards their hunting grounds, which were used by early settlers to begin to establish settlements in this area. Duke's Woods was eventually renamed Libertytown because of the patriotic feeling in the area after the Revolutionary War. And it is said that in 1790, taking a wagon trip from Baltimore to Frederick took 6 days. So a highway was constructed in around 1815. Libertytown, a beautiful, charming area on Liberty Road, close to Frederick, Maryland.